Listen.
Have you ever wondered how a whole car commercial looks in the FX3? Well, in this video I show you how Dan, Jay and me pulled off an entire car commercial in only 3 days.
That is crazy.
Pushing our creative limits and going through some major challenges along the way.
So you guys are causing issues.
Yeah, sorry.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know?
From pre-production to the final cut, let's go. To plan and film this project, we actually used Milanote, which is also the sponsor of this video. A mountain biker seeks the ultimate trail set against the moody green forest landscape. The bold orange Santa Fe stands out, matching the biker's pursuit of adventure.
Sick.
Yeah, I think it's nice.
It's nice.
Day one was all about getting the biking shots of our talent.
Is that the best for mountain biking?
It's like, it's primo.
Primo?
Yeah, primo rider conditions.
So my two favorite shots were actually the side-on gimbal tracking shot and the handheld wide push-in. Those two shots really transport this feeling of speed and movement Hugh had in the forest, because he was literally flying by. It was crazy. So we shot this entire piece on the Sony FX3 and Jay's A7S3, which is basically the same camera.
Cars are a different game, like with polarizers and making sure f-stop's high enough to get everything in focus. It's like something you don't really have to think about when you're shooting models. Everything's all shallow, and so yeah, cars is fun for a change, but
yeah, mostly using just the 2470 G Master. Yeah, we used the Pro Mist filter 1.8 and a polarizing filter, which came in clutch because when you shoot cars, you kind of want to get rid of the weird reflections, and the polarizing filter is basically made for that.
Alright guys, about to do some rollers. Safety first. Plugged in here.
Counter movements and letting the car approach you really adds dynamic to the scene.
Oh shit. The rock hit my teeth, bro.
Yeah, we kind of want to give this footage a bit more of a bumpy feel, and that's obviously when you want to shoot handheld. And also the rain and the moody weather in Melbourne added this soft lighting and this natural moody touch to the image, which was really nice actually. And it was time for our final day.
Right now I'm a bit nervous because my beautiful FX3 is literally soaked, but those are the shots we want. We need the rig.
That's amazing that you guys are getting such a variety of shots.
Shitty rig, sign us up, and for anyone who wants to try this at home, I didn't recommend it to you. I just tell you that we did it, so.
don't try this at home, kids. It's done by trained professional stuntmen. I've been wanting to do this shot for like years, so it should turn out really cool though.
Talent on the phone call. Live view.
Yeah, it can be quite stressful, like shooting everything, look at the model and direct the model at the same time.
A bit slower, please. A bit slower, a bit slower, slow. 3, 2, 1, left.
Shoot, focus to get like the right framing, the right camera movement, and then also think about what the talent is doing at this moment and directing them. Oh, it just tingles my brain. It's good, it's a good challenge, it's a good practice.
Start looking out that way for me.
Can you a bit slower, please?
Fast motions, like just a lot faster than you normally would, yeah.
Even like you're kind of like looking for a trail or something like that. Yep, like a trail.
Yep, cool.
So, yeah.
And you know.
Nice.
So for the soundtrack, I wanted to take a bit of a different approach and choose a piano track. Wanted to counterplay with the emotions and have a quick edit, but like a smooth, soft piano track, which also kind of gives you this hybrid feeling this car has while you drive it.
Listen.
Yeah, I chose Alan Watts as an inspiration because One part of my personality is very spiritual, and he has a lot of very insightful quotes which changed my life in a lot of different ways. So I wanted to choose him, and I think he fitted like pretty well. Even though it's not his quote, I basically just drafted it myself and just put it in this AI website and created it. So yeah, I feel like that's a modern approach to filmmaking. I feel like editing and sound design is all about creating tension and releasing this tension again. So finding the perfect mix between fast-paced and then slow moments is the key to create an engaging edit. What I like to do is sprinkle in some unexpected shots, some still frames here and there to keep the audience hooked. A big part of my editing process is also like referring back to my Milanote board to understand what I'm editing and creating a cohesive order. So for this particular project, 3 key Milanote boards were especially helpful. The inspiration board, the storyboard and the shot list board. Each played a vital role in shaping the whole process. The inspiration board is essential for understanding the creative direction. I often refer back to it to ensure we're staying aligned. Sometimes I even like other creators' edits, place them in my timeline and analyze like how they structure the pacing and the flow. That's a really good way of improving your editing though. The storyboard helps visualizing the narrative and plan the visuals in advance, making it a critical tool for storytelling. The storyboard is essential because it visualizes the narrative and plans all the visuals in advance, making it like critical to storytelling. Otherwise you would be lost in translation and wouldn't know which shots to put after each other. So a very important part of the process. The shot list is a non-negotiable like when it comes to the shooting day. Without it you would be completely lost. Having a detailed shot list ensures everything runs smoothly during production and yeah, you just don't miss any of the key shots. So essentially it's just like a digital whiteboard where you can visually arrange everything to fit your style. For someone like me who's like a highly visual learner, this is a game changer to be honest. So what I love about it, you can share boards with other creatives, and this collaborative sharing function makes it like incredibly easy to interact with other people on the project. I've also asked Dan and Jay for their thoughts on Milanote.
I mean, I've been using Milanote like religiously now for, I'd say like in like client work and like in the professional scene for like the last 2.5 years or something like that. I just think it's night and day having something like Milanote to just have your thoughts and your structure and your planning. Like these videos are so entirely visual, and having it all like on the screen, like it just saves you hours and hours, not only like in the edit but like on the day as well, like just quickly whipping up what you need if you're just like, you know, in the moment, you know, the weather, all the other variables can make you a bit overwhelmed. And I feel like having Milanote has just like completely changed the way that we would approach a shoot like this. And it's just, it just gives you like that, you know, it calms you down a little bit. It's like, okay, I've got everything I needed in my pocket, so if I ever need any help, I've got some place to look at. It's especially communication with clients. I feel like that's been the biggest thing. I mean, Hyundai came to us with this project. We turned around a Milanote board with a concept and an outline and a basic shot list and inspiration and everything within like 24 to 48 hours, and it gave them a complete overlook of how the video is going to look, how it's going to feel, what the color's going to be like. It's just like, it's such a good way to communicate like your vision pretty quickly, and then also have it collaborative with the client to drop in like references and make comments. Yeah, I just feel like it's, if you're not like using an app like this for any professional workflow, it's just, there'll always be this back and forth with the client that could just, you know, take weeks of revisions that could have been avoided if you just agreed on concepts and had everything on like a Milanote board. Like it's such a good point of reference. Yeah, I feel like pre-production has slowly become the most, you know, it used to be the least most focused on area, for a lot of filmmakers and videographers and stuff, but it's quickly become like the most important important aspect of the project, in my opinion, for me as well.
It just allows you to pin any idea, any visual reference straight away. It's super easy to use and easy to visualize. I think that's the most important thing. I think, you know, when you come to a client with a full pitch deck or something and you want it to be as curated as possible, you know, that's always good. But having a Milanote board just allows you to constantly update and just put all your ideas onto a piece of paper on your laptop. Like, I think, you know, for me personally, as soon as I have an idea, I like to write things down. But since having Milanote, I'll just open up Milanote and I can just grab references, drop them in, add little notes, and being able to add in things like videos as well. It's basically everything in your mind on a piece of paper. And that's what I think, well, on your laptop. But that's what I think is so amazing about Milanote is it really just like allows you to be confident that everything and every idea that you've thought of is there on your laptop, on your phone, on your iPad, whatever you use. Yeah, I think it's such an important app for people on shoots.
So Milanote is available with no time limits. If you're ready to take your creative projects to the next level, use the link in the description to get started today.
Listen.
When you truly listen, we find our place within it. As one with the world around us.
So overall, it was a super insightful experience. I learned a lot. Just the way Dan and Jay work was just super insightful for me, and the way they approach things. I feel like it's always like a great learning process to see how other filmmakers approach things, and realizing what doesn't matter is actually probably my biggest learning, if that makes sense. Because there are so many little details, obviously, with camera work and shooting, you can like lose yourself in. Obviously, I'm still learning. It's a learning process, and the reason why I'm doing this is like to just keep reminding myself of what I learned, to share it with more people out there which might find this valuable or whatever. And yeah, I'm keen to keep them coming. It's super fun to create those videos, and yeah, I'm hope to have more opportunities like that in the future. But anyways guys, it was worth it. Hope to see you soon, and